Keep watching to meet one of Advocate Capital's clients, Michael Cowen. Michael, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. Thanks for being our customer, and thank you for your time today. And I invited you to be with us so that other lawyers might hear from you what it's been like to be an Advocate Capital client for these years. So maybe you could think about what it was like before becoming our customer, and then contrast that with what it's been like in your practice since you've joined us.
Yeah, and I've actually done the math and you could chart not just my gross income, but my profit. And you could see a line like this for years and then taking off when we got Advocate. And, the problem we had is that, especially when I was, I guess, mid-career, we kept getting more and more opportunities. And so, we'd settle a case. In fact, I had a partnership break up over this because we settled 2 cases for over $1 million in like 3 months. And I said, hey, we can't take a draw. We got to fund our next set of cases. We got all these cases coming in. And so, what would happen, and especially as you're coming up, you only have so many assets to use as collateral. Right. And, traditional banks don't want to take cases as collateral anymore, or if they do, it's not only really cumbersome what they want to do for the reporting requirements, because I remember before I worked with you, I used to have to make a huge list of my cases, what I had in each case, wow, what my projected settlement date was, what my projected fee was, my probability of success, and then work them all out into a formula. But even then, they still wouldn't lend me as a multiple very much on those expenses. Mm-hmm. And so what would happen is, we'd be getting in new cases, we'd have to fund them. And then as you're funding them, so basically as you settle one case, you're funding the next. And so you're always like, expert, can you wait another month to get paid? Court reporter, can you wait another month to get paid? Do I have to start turning down good cases because I can't afford to fund them anymore? And then, so you have this practice where you're deferring all your income because you're pouring all your money back in. And then the IRS reminds you, hey, none of that's tax deductible, by the way. You owe us a huge tax bill. Right. And so then you're having to, take out a loan to pay the taxes. And then so between funding your new cases, paying the taxes for this year, paying back the loan for last year, it just felt like a vicious cycle, even though on paper I was making a ton of money. Right. Since we've had Advocate, we've been able to better fund our cases so that I actually get to keep some money I make now, which is really nice, and put away and invest. And, the way the stock market's done the last few years, I'm very happy that I've been able to put that money in the market to invest it. I felt more confident in taking on newer and bigger cases. I've been able to expand from a 3 to 4 lawyer firm now to an 8 lawyer firm. Our gross revenues have more than doubled. My profits have probably quadrupled. I never had a steady 7-figure income until I worked with Advocate, but having that financial backing and support has really, allowed us to have the success we had. And frankly, we could not do it without you.
Well, we're glad to help. You do important work for your clients. I wonder if you could talk about a little bit more about what you mentioned, which is working up the cases, not having to wait to hire the expert or this kind of thing. What's the impact then on the case value when you're able to do that?
Well, it helps 2 things: case value and case duration. So it helps on the value because you can hire the best experts. We can do all the graphics, we do 3D models. We do all kinds of really cool things on our big case, not on every case, but on our big cases that without worrying about, can we pay for this? Now we're still, I don't finance 100% of my case expenses with Advocate. I still make sure that I have some of my own skin in the game. And just because I never want to be in a position, I want to be able to afford to lose the biggest case of my firm and not have a change in my lifestyle or financial stress to my firm. That's my goal in the way I run my business.
I like it.
But having the freedom to do that means you get to hire the best experts, you get to get the best demonstratives and really work up the case. But the other thing is on a timing, I don't have to wait to hire the expert.
Right.
I remember when we're getting our scheduling order, I need to wait till some other things fund before I can hire these other experts. So let's make sure we schedule it way out, or let's not set our trial yet. I can be really aggressive. I can file my case. I can have hired my experts before I filed the case, which means I get to consult with them and ask the right questions and stuff as we're going through the case, right, and just move rapidly and aggressively so that our time on desk, or the amount of time between opening and closing a case, at least before COVID hit and took our trial dates, had really shrunk.
Right. And then the defendants, the defense counsel, they learn that about you. They know that, okay, Cowen's going to move forward fast. So
Right.
you get treated a little bit differently, a little bit more respect. Yeah.
You do. I mean, you do. You get more likely to get better settlement offers more quickly.
Mhm.
Although, to get the big bucks, you got to take it all the way. And
Yeah.
having the financial backing to do that, I'm getting ready for trial in 3 weeks. It's going to cost me probably an additional, you know, I've spent like 500 something thousand on the case. It's going to cost me an additional 80 to $150,000 to try that case. Now that's exceptional. Most of my cases are a
Yeah.
lot less, but I know with Advocate Capital, I don't have to worry about where that money's coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one last thing. Some lawyers we talk to say it sounds good. I understand the principle. However, I'm afraid this will make me uncompetitive. In other words, people won't sign me up as their lawyer because I'm going to pass the cost of the borrowing for the case expenses through the cases. What's your experience been?
I have had no pushback. I think I may have had one client once on a really big case. I mean, really big, like
Right.
burns all over his body. Lots of law firms trying to get the case, and someone was referring to me. Uh, was worried about interest, and I agreed to not pass it on in that one case.
Yes. There you go.
But the other several hundred, I've not had a complaint. And
Yeah.
frankly, if you compare what most of our clients pay in interest rates on their credit cards, on their car loans, on everything else they do in life, they are paying a lower interest rate with Advocate than almost anything else in their life.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, great. Well, Michael, we're so thankful that we have you as a client. It's fun to be on a winning team, but being on a winning team that helps people like you not only help plaintiffs, but make the world a safer and more just place is really what makes us excited to get out of bed in the morning and to talk with you. So thanks for sharing your experience with us. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We couldn't do it without you, and we really do appreciate the support you give.
Thanks, Michael. Take care.